Hey, Kellie Pickler.
Hello.
Welcome to Hyper Caroline Hobby.
You are hyper, aren't you?
Always.
Always.
Hyperactive.
I love it.
Always.
Never a dull moment.
Yeah. No, not with you either.
No need to be dull.
Why be dull?
When you can shine. Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more. I want to start off the interview with, I'm going to say some words, and you say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, my. Okay.
Do not filter, okay?
Okay, no filter. Whew.
Happiness.
Happiness. My husband.
Kyle. Gross.
Gross. Mustard. I
believe
cannot stand mustard. The
How?
smell of it just makes me, I cannot take it.
Oh, my God. I love mustard.
I will dive into a pit of snakes before I dive into like a pit of mustard.
You crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am. You knew that though.
I can't believe it. I love mustard. Funny.
Really?
Yeah.
Most people do.
Okay, funny.
Funny? Oh gosh, funny. I'm thinking. I'm not supposed to think,
No.
right?
Yeah.
These are rapid fire questions. Funny. The campaign.
That movie?
Yeah, I love that movie. You know what I mean? I love that movie.
Why?
I just love it. I think it's hysterical. Well, it takes place in North Carolina, and I'm from North Carolina, and it's just that stereotypical political BS.
Oh,
that horse
gosh.
shit. So,
Who are you voting for?
no, well, that's another podcast.
Oh, by the time this will air, because we're going to
Yeah.
hear this later,
Oh,
someone
yeah.
would have already won.
Yeah, that's right.
So
But-
hopefully it's who you want.
well, we'll see.
Okay. Chickens.
Chickens. What do I think of when I think
Mm-hmm.
of chickens? It's a mess.
Because
It's
you have
awful.
some.
Yeah. Well, we dumped him off at Ken and Andy's house.
Ugh.
Pixie caught one.
And killed it.
Well, she did not kill it.
And
But
Pixie's one of your dogs.
yes. And she
You're
was
special.
always
You're more special dog.
yes. And she's always been fascinated with the chickens. As soon as we got them, she was like wanting to eat them. And so I was actually moving the chickens from their home to a little crate so I could clean out the chicken coop. And Pixie jumped in,
No.
and the chicken like flew out of my hands,
No.
ran through the backyard, and Pixie pounced on her. Feathers went everywhere, but she lived.
The chicken lived?
The chicken lived.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, this is not good. Pixie's mission from the moment we got the chickens was
Was
to
to capture
have
them?
barbecue.
Oh, my gosh.
Barbecue chicken. So
I would have thought Peanut was more of the adventurous
no,
one.
Pixie's the hunter.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
She's the hunter. So the chickens are safe. They're at Ken and Andy's now.
Thankfully. Adventure.
Adventure. Oh my gosh. I mean, our marriage is so adventurous. We're adrenaline. Rawr, yeah.
Yes, it
oh, I
is.
know you, crazy girl, freak. No, but just like you and Michael, like Kyle and I are adventurous, adrenaline junkies. We love to do things we've never done.
What are some of the craziest things y'all have done together?
Well, we've done a lot of USO tours together. We have, we just went bungee jumping.
How was
actually.
that?
I was terrifying. I wish you would have been there.
I wish I would have been
The
there.
guy had to push me off the ledge.
Ugh, I would have
It scared me.
I would have loved it.
Well, you've like went skydiving,
I love
which
that
we've
stuff.
yet to do, but we're working on it.
Oh man, you've got to.
We went paragliding in Switzerland, which was awesome.
off the cliffs.
Yeah.
Oh my
So we run off the
gosh.
mountain and you just kind of
Was it freaky?
sucked up into the clouds. It was awesome. It was amazing.
Did you have a guide on your back?
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Oh
God.
yeah, thank heaven.
Oh my gosh.
Or I would have been.
Or you would have been like gone with the wind.
Yeah, totally. Look at you, so quick.
Oh yeah, that's I'm really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I got that fast. I can't remember anything though.
Yeah.
Anything.
No.
No. It's
Did you just lose your train of thought there?
Yes. My memory is like the size of a peanut. I can't remember a thing. It's terrible.
That's all right.
Okay. Music.
Music. Country. I don't know. I think of traditional country music, I guess. My grandma had a big part in raising me, and so I grew up on very traditional country music. My grandpa Pickler actually taught me my very first country song, and it was Hank Sr., My Bucket's Got a Hole in It.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't know. So when I think of music, I think of country.
Can you sing me a little bit of that song?
Of my bucket's got a hole in it. My bucket's got a hole in it. My bucket's got a hole in it. I can't buy no beer. Yeah, so you always wonder,
that.
like, why a little 5-year-old is singing why she can't buy beer for a lot of reasons. More than one reason.
I love your voice.
You're sweet.
It's so classic country. It's such a unique voice. It's so
well,
beautiful.
I love Tammy and Dolly and Loretta and Kitty Wells.
Dolly's like your idol, right?
Oh, I love her.
And you met
She's
her.
amazing. I have.
How was that?
We actually got to sing 9 to 5 together.
No, you did not.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Sitting on one of her road cases on the side stage at the Wild Horse. We were both down playing this charity event. And she was the headliner, of course. And
were you freaking?
Oh my God! I was just sitting sitting side stage on one of her road cases, and she comes out and she's singing, and I'm just singing every word, back behind the stage, and she had one of her stage hands hand me a microphone and pull me out on the stage, and I sang 9 to 5 with her. I was freaking out.
Oh my gosh!
I was like this the whole time.
What if you wouldn't have
I
known
was
the
smiling
words?
so big you couldn't see my eyes. I was just like.
What if you wouldn't have known the words?
I don't even know what I said or did. There's no tellings. I may have forgotten the words. I don't know.
So what was
but
she
I was
like?
excited. She's so wonderful. I mean, she's country music royalty. So
yeah,
she's wonderful.
She's a tiny little thing too.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how she didn't topple over.
I know, me either.
She looks good.
She does.
She
does. She's rocking. Her body's sick. Yeah.
What does she do?
I don't know.
We need to find out.
You need to bring her on your podcast.
Oh yeah.
Interview Dolly and find out what she does.
What is her secrets, man?
I don't know. She looks amazing though, and she's still running around in like 6-7-inch stilettos.
I know.
Like killing it.
She's killing it.
She
crushing
is.
it.
She is.
Okay. Bucket list.
Let's see. We want to travel the world.
Where do you want to go?
Oh
in
my
particular?
gosh, everywhere. We've
hear
always
you.
wanted to go to Africa. We've always wanted to go to Japan. We've traveled a lot with the USO, so we've been all over the Middle East. But we've never been to like Thailand, Africa.
Where'd you go in the Middle East?
Oh, we've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Bahrain, Kyrgyzstan, Kuwait. Gosh, it'd probably be easier to haven't been. We've been all over the place.
And I want
done 9 tours. So in 9 years, we've done
oh my gosh,
quite a few. So
I want to talk more about that because USO.
we need to go on a tour together. You should do
Okay.
a podcast from a USO tour.
We went when Jen and I were in our band Stealing Angels.
Yeah.
We went with our trio, and I was so
Life-changing.
scared. It was life-changing, but it was scary because those mortars are for real. They're coming into the camp.
Oh,
And you went to
yeah.
Afghanistan, and that's
Oh,
where
yeah.
like the war was really happening. It was
Yeah.
an amazing experience.
Absolutely. I think there's so many things that we take for granted here that, you just really don't know what you have until, it's taken from you. So going over there, it just really changes your perspective on life, on people.
What changed for you when you went over there?
Oh, my God, everything. Just being a woman, an American woman, we are truly blessed. We don't get to choose the place the day that we're born.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get to decide that, unfortunately. We're not the dealer.
Right.
Everyone is dealt a hand in life. And, it's all, I guess, how you play the game and what you do with the cards that you're dealt. We've talked about this before. But, yeah, I think there's a lot of things that we're all guilty of taking advantage of and taking for granted. So, yeah, I mean, I've definitely met and had people share very interesting, deep stories with me, that will always remain between that person and I, that really changed my perspective on the world and just life and what we take for granted.
How do you feel about our soldiers?
Oh, my gosh. Well, we probably would not be sitting here having a conversation and doing what we're doing.
Isn't it
if they had not
crazy
made the
that-
sacrifices that they made, we would, they enable us to do what we love.
And the life over there in the camps, to get to see that firsthand, how
To
they
go to
live.
the FOBs and, see the lifestyle, see the living conditions, even be with the people there that just want the same things that any other mother around the world would want for their children, a better life, a better future.
Mm-hmm.
a safe place, a sanctuary for their kids, you know. So I think we all have a lot more in common in the world. We all have much more in common than what we know or think.
Then what's different?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We should focus on that.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay, so we kind of are getting into it now that we're talking about USO. But let's jump back to your upbringing. You were born in Albemarle?
Yeah.
There you go. North Carolina.
Yes.
And you were raised primarily by your grandparents, right?
My grandmother was the woman that I called Mom.
And she has affected your life and career. Did she get you
absolutely.
singing?
You know, I remember growing up. She passed when I was 15, so I was pretty young when she passed away. But I remember she always had these children's books and these music books that I would sit out with her on her little porch swing glider, and I would sing to her from these little children's books and read to her. And so, you know, I grew up loving music and loving country music because that was what I was brought up around, you know, mostly. So, yeah, I mean, those are definitely some very fond memories that I just hold dear and just treasure. And
what was she like?
She was a very godly woman, classy. She was very, she had a heart of grace.
Oh,
she was one of those people that,
heart of grace.
Yeah, I mean, she was one of those people that no matter what you did or said, you always had a seat at her dinner table. You know, she just had such a forgiving. I actually have a tattoo on my foot. My first tattoo was her name, even though she would just, which obviously
hate for you to have tattoos.
Yeah, she was like anti-tattoos. It was trash.
So you're like, it's
you know, it's the devil. So, of course, my first tattoo after she passed, I would have never done it had she still been with us. But after she passed, I got my first tattoo, and it was her name. And then I got the word forgive. And I thought, her, and just forgiveness. And the thing is with forgiveness is, you know, we should forgive to start that healing process. You know, we've all experienced hurt in our life, and if we haven't, we will.
Yeah.
You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news,
Truly.
but we're all going to experience, you know, heartache, and that's just this little thing called life, you know.
Yeah.
And you choose to forgive. That's a choice that you have to make.
Have you made that choice?
Oh, absolutely. Many times. But the thing is you also, in forgiving, you learn that, you know, you can forgive someone and you can also love them from a distance.
Yeah.
So just because you forgive doesn't mean that you have to hold that person close or love them closely.
Right.
You know, there's many people, and whether it's a friend, many relatives, to be honest, that I have learned with age and experience that I forgive them in order to heal.
For you to heal.
And to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and to be someone that's pleasant to be around. You know, I never wanted to be one of those people that carries, you know, that bag
of burdens
and just drags it around with them. It's like, cut that rope, set that anchor free, sail. And you can love people. You can forgive them and love them from a distance. And that's something that I learned. I was very fortunate to learn at a young age.
From your grandma?
Guess, I learned somewhat that, definitely. But just my own.
You figured it out.
I've had to fend for myself my whole life. So it's just something you decide. Do I want to be happy or do I want to be miserable?
Yeah.
And the choice is yours.
Yeah.
We live in America.
It's so
you
true.
Know,
so many people are so angry about things.
Yeah, and that's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You choose whether or not you choose how you react to things.
And you choose if you're
you
gonna.
You don't necessarily choose the situation or the circumstance, but you choose how you react to it.
Why do you think people hang on to anger so long?
I don't know. I think everyone has their own reasons. Everyone has a story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and everyone's story is different. I think a lot of our stories are alike, and there's things that you and I can identify with and that we have in common. but there's a lot that we don't have in common, but we
Mhm.
can find common ground,
Mhm.
you know? Because we were raised very different. We were raised eating grass on opposite sides of the fence. But you know what? You're such a bright light in the world. You're so sweet. You're so kind. You're just such a fun person to be around, and
Aw.
just a good gal. And
Back
I'm
at
blessed to have
ya.
you as a girlfriend. So
I feel the same
I
way.
think we, I don't know. You're a keeper.
Hey, we
So,
do kind of have one thing in common.
We do. What is that?
You were a beauty queen and I was a debutante.
Okay, explain to this debutante thing.
We both wore big dresses and performed
We did have to wear big dresses.
and waltzed across the stage.
Is that what you have to do in Okay.
I read that you were a beauty queen. I was like, of course you were.
But I was not your stereotypical beauty queen. To tell you the truth, I don't know how I won that pageant. I think I was the only
I can
person that had
see.
teeth. So
Oh my God, no, you
I'm
weren't.
kidding. No, seriously though, it
you
was
would win
like
hands down.
no, I was not your stereotypical pageant queen. I literally took my tongue ring out before I went in.
Oh
for
my gosh, you had
interview.
your tongue pierced.
I did. Guilty.
You crazy
For a minute,
fool.
yeah.
Did it hurt?
No, you know me. I love that. I have that weird needle thing that I love.
Most people hate
I
needles.
love shots. I was always that kid in school that was like, she doesn't want her shot. Can I have it? They're like,
oh my
no.
Gosh.
Sit down, crazy girl. Nurse, get her out of here. No, you know me.
When you were,
But I love piercings. If I could have like a full body tattoo,
you would do
I'd
it.
totally do it. Yeah.
I got my first tattoo.
I know. You text me in a freak
I
out.
panicked.
I
I panicked.
You did freak out.
Well, it's
But I
permanent.
think that's common.
It's like permanent forever on your body.
Well, you can always have it removed if you don't like it. I think
know.
it's beautiful.
I love it now. It says
I like
grateful
it.
in my husband's handwriting. And
Mhm.
you have pray in the same place.
I do.
So let's be grateful and pray.
Yes.
So when you were
That's a short prayer. There you go. All right. You're not Catholic, right?
no, Jen is.
Jen is. That's right.
When you were a beauty queen, did you have to do the curtsy all the way down to the ground like I did as a debutante?
We didn't curtsy.
You didn't curtsy as a beauty
No,
queen?
it was just like we had an interview question. Well, I don't know if you know this about me, but I was a beauty school dropout.
And then you won the beauty pageant?
So I did.
You went to beauty school? Oh, like you went
yeah.
to go to school
Yeah,
to
I-
do beauty
yeah.
stuff.
So but I dropped out of beauty school and I got in line for Idol, and now I'm here. No,
That was the better choice,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
it was the right choice for me at the time.
Hey, there's this place in Nashville called Delinquent Debutantes.
You have to explain to me what this debutante thing is.
I want to take you there because it's a riot.
Okay, but first you got to explain to me what a debutante is.
A debutante is basically you make your debut.
We didn't have debutantes in the trailer park, darling.
You make your debut to your hometown and you like curtsy and it's like you're being presented as a woman, I guess. And I
So
did it
it's like
6
this-
times.
So you became a woman 6 times?
I am as womanly as you can get, I would guess.
So tell me what you had to do.
Well, you had to put on a big white dress, like a wedding dress.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I did it in New York City, too.
Really? Oh, I saw. There's been a big thing in the news about all that.
All the debutantes,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. So you go there, and what's the purpose?
To announce that you are coming of age and you will be presented into the community as a woman.
And so
I guess.
it's to find a husband.
Very Southern, probably.
It's kind of like, so you go and you pimp your kids out to the.
I don't know if it's exactly put like that, but it might be like you are ready to.
Be wed.
Yeah. Okay, can I
Be
take
wed?
Be wed. Are you going to let me take you to my version now of debutanting, which is Delinquent Debutantes in Nashville?
Delinquent debutante. That's a place?
It's Debutantes Gone Wrong.
Oh.
It's in Nashville. And they teach you
What do
how
we do?
to sexy dance for your husband.
Really? In a big white dress?
Yeah. We're going, okay? Done and done. Just count that in.
Absolutely. Okay,
It's
so we
happening.
just go there and we learn how to dance
I'm going
and
to set it up
curtsy?
for you. I'm going to do it. I'm going to set this
Only
up.
you could talk me into doing some
I know.
shit
I told
like this.
you. I'm going to get you,
Yeah.
shimmying.
Well, I'm very modest.
Which I did not realize.
I'm pretty modest. I'm not a prude, but I'm
like, you don't want to
modest.
run around naked and stuff.
oh heavens no, I would never do that.
Oh, my gosh.
Not unless I was on drugs or something, which I don't plan on doing that. But yeah, no, I'm very much Dancing with the Stars
Right.
was a big that was a big deal for me, the costumes, because they give you like 2 rhinestones.
And you won Dancing with the Stars. And that is very sensual. Like your moves.
It's ballroom dancing.
But
so I can act per se.
Was that
but that's out of my comfort zone
to do that? All those remembering all those moves?
Oh, I was terrified. I was like having an anxiety attack before Tom would walk out and start the show.
How did you remember all the moves?
I didn't. There were times where I improv'd, and then Derek and I would watch back and just laugh.
But you improv so well.
Where I just totally forgot, and I'd throw in some weird, stupid, little crazy move, and you could see this look on Derek's face, which he's such a pro. Like, okay, Kelly, come back to it. Come back to me.
Oh, my gosh. Was that hard? Was that one of the hardest things you've done?
That's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
I would think so. And you have to learn a new dance routine every week.
And then you have to go out there and twirl around
on live TV.
Yeah.
But
it's good. It was fun.
It sounds so fun, but
I think it's important to step outside your comfort zone.
And you won the whole thing. So you're a good dancer. You got moves. You can learn moves at least. You got rhythm.
I can snap. I can move a little.
What was Derek like?
He's wonderful. I mean, he is, Julianne, she was in Nashville for a while.
They're both gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Is she not, like, the most stunning person
so
ever?
Derek. They're both
gorgeous.
Yeah,
they are both gorgeous.
The
yeah.
genetics in that
family.
They
have a gorgeous family.
It's ridiculous.
They have a big family.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, Derek is wonderful. He's awesome and never a dull moment. Always a good time.
He was a good partner, huh?
He was great. They're all amazing.
Do you think the partners help in who wins? Like, are some of the dancing partners better than others?
I think that they're all amazing. They're all the best at what
Derek's
they do.
Won a lot.
But I think it too depends on who they're partnered with and their chemistry and what works on the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you could be maybe the most liked professional dancer, but you might have the most least liked partner, celebrity partner.
Yeah.
So, you just got to get out there every night and bring it.
Who were some of the other castmates on Dancing with the Stars with you? Who are some of the other stars?
Oh my gosh. Well, I love Jacoby Jones. He was like my brother on the show. Never dull moment. So funny. Just so quick, silly, just amazing. Let's see who else was on my season. Allie, who she's an Olympic medalist.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. She was like a little sister, just precious and from Boston and just a doll baby. Zendaya, who, oh my God, she's one of the most beautiful young women that I have ever seen. Like, she is so stunning, so talented, so young. I have to say beautiful young lady because she's so young.
How old is she?
I guess she's maybe, she was, 16 or 17 when we did the show, I believe. So, yeah, she's, like, drop dead gorgeous and walks out there.
With confidence.
Like, I remember watching her, like, even in rehearsals or just watching the show live and thinking, God, I wish at my age I had the confidence that she has at her age. She has such an amazing family. You really get to know the contestants and their families, especially the minors, because their parents have to be there on set. And it was just a really great season. Lisa Vanderpump,
I love Lisa Vanderpump. Did Jiggy or whatever her dog's name is come?
Yes. And he never wore the same outfit more than once.
And he's never touches ground.
Yeah, he had do what?
He never touches the ground.
I know. Yeah. I've never. I think I saw him walk one time, and I was like, "What? Stop!
Jiggy's walking.
Yeah,
what's happening?
You have legs." Yeah. So, she's wonderful.
She's gorgeous.
We would swap accents sometimes, and she would try to speak like me. And
let me hear you talking her accent.
I need to hear. I haven't heard her British accent in a while. Can you speak?
I
British?
am so bad at British.
Can you speak British?
No.
Shall we have tea and crumpets?
You want a nip of tea?
We should have some tea, yeah?
What about
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. I'm going Minnesota now, and I'm talking like my mother-in-law. Sorry.
Is she from Minnesota?
Okay, yeah. Kyle is from Minnesota, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
This
is bad.
Does Kyle? I can't do accents.
Now we go back to British. I'm horrible.
Does Kyle have a Minnesotan accent?
Not real. I mean, he can obviously play it up, but for the most part, he's kind of he has that Nashville accent. There's no accent.
The neutral accent.
Do you find that like everybody in Nashville
neutralizes
here and nobody really has an accent?
You do.
Mine changes a lot.
It does to what?
If I go home, I get more Southern sounding.
Okay, so lay on the draw. Give it to me.
So if I go home and I'm around my girlfriends and, with my buddies that like I grew up with or family, and I call Kyle back in Nashville, he's like, I need subtitles. I don't know what you're saying right now.
Kelly. Oh, my God.
You have to come home with me to Albemarle and then take me home to Waco.
You want to come see Waco?
Waco.
Oh, girl, I'll show you around. We can put you in a debutante dress.
Oh, my gosh.
And make you have your debut.
That'll be funny. Do you have to wear, like, gloves and stuff?
Yes.
See, I think that would be fun to get dressed up.
It would be fun.
Do you have to wear, like, a corset?
Maybe we could wear debutante dresses when I take you to delinquent debutantes.
Maybe.
Like, let's wear dresses. Let's do the whole deal.
Now, why are they delinquents?
Because they gone wrong. They got kicked out of the debutante club in Nashville.
I wonder if the people that teach, so they teach the class.
Yeah.
And they just teach you how to like
sexy dance.
Like strip?
No, you don't take your clothes off. But
you take your gloves off?
Yes. The last time I did it, I learned how to dance around a chair routine.
Wow. So these are delinquent debutantes.
And you bring it home to your husband.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. Wow. For a private show. Yeah. Okay. So let me get into.
We'll get the girls together and we'll go. We'll make it happen.
Okay. It's done.
It'll be good.
You auditioned for American Idol when you were 19. And you hadn't left your small town very much, right? At that point.
No. I was 19 and green.
How'd you even think to audition?
Well, I always wanted to pursue country music, and I heard about the competition, and I was originally scheduled to audition in Memphis, Tennessee. And it was actually the same year that Hurricane Katrina came through.
Do you have to wait in that long line?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like thousands of people, right?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how big the city is. But people travel from all over the country.
Did you have any tactic to stand out, or did you just get up there and do it?
Well, what I was saying is that I was originally supposed to audition in Memphis, Tennessee, and it was the same year that the Hurricane Katrina victims, all of those victims, they lost all their homes, everything they'd worked their whole lives for. Their lives were destroyed, and they moved right before I left to come to Memphis because it was one of the last auditions being held. They announced that they had moved some of the Hurricane Katrina victims to the Memphis arena. Oh. And so the audition was canceled. So I thought, I guess I'm not supposed to go. And I...
Did you believe in fate at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had faith to,
or like your destiny?
Yeah, but I feel like you have to do the work. I don't believe that you just pray and you don't take action.
I agree with that.
You don't ask for things and not put in the work.
Like you're not just wishing, you're working.
No, you can't wish. You can wish all you want, but you have to do the work.
That's a big distinction.
Like, for me, it was like, okay, so I'm not meant to go to, I'm more of a realist, so it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pray that, I get this job, but I don't prepare for it, and I don't show up, and I'm not
ready.
Do my part. I have to do my part.
Yeah, I love that.
Pray and go on faith, but you have to do the work.
Yeah.
So I thought, all right, maybe it's not meant to be. I'm not supposed to do this audition. I guess I literally got on my hands and knees and I said, Lord, if it's meant for me to do American Idol, then please bring the show to me because we can't afford to go to the next audition place. And the next audition place is in Chicago. So we couldn't afford to go there. So I thought, well, I guess just please, Lord, bring it to me. And I got up the next morning, I turned on the television, and across the screen it said, American Idol auditions for Memphis, Tennessee have been rescheduled for Greensboro, North Carolina.
And that's even closer.
That was like literally 2 hours from my house.
I just got goosebumps.
So I went, I got in line with about 10,000 other people. And
how long does that take to wait?
I mean, you're there all day. I think we got there probably 5:30 in the morning.
And are there rounds?
10 years ago. I don't know. I should have journaled. And I always say I'm going to journal and write stuff down. I never do.
Did you have to go through rounds within that day?
Like, when I did it, which is, I'm sure it's a lot different now, but when I did it, it was there were 3 rounds of auditioning before you make it to what they call Hollywood Week.
Yeah.
So, which feels like when people ask me questions about American Idol, I think they ask me thinking it's all fresh on my brain. I'm like, this was like a decade ago, literally a decade ago.
Well, you're one of the huge superstars that came out of that, you know?
I've been very blessed. Idol's changed not only the music business, but I think just the entertainment business as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, she won an Oscar.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Dreamgirls, hello.
She's insane.
She's like Broadway, superstar. She just took it to a whole different level.
It's just an amazing place to get discovered. You know, everyone needs a place to be seen, and we have this talent. You have to have a way to get it seen.
So I guess
it's a
you
great
just have
outlet.
to make the sacrifices that within moral reason, each to their own.
Yeah.
To make your dreams become a reality, but
so
it goes solely based on prayer and faith. You have to do the work.
Totally. Once you got through the American Idol, you immediately started recording an album.
Yeah, my record, mine was the first to come out after our season. So
did you just write like crazy?
I was writing over the phone while we were on the American Idol tour, and recording during the whole tour. So we had like 60 shows in less than 90 days, and I wrote or co-wrote and recorded the whole album while we were on tour. So as soon as the tour was finished, my record came out in October of 2006.
Was this a lot to take in?
Absolutely. But I was hungry. And
you were ready.
I was hungry, and it was like, this is what I want, and I have nothing to lose, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do within moral reason to make it happen. So
what did you think, and how did you feel when you started traveling to all these places and people started recognizing you, and you went to kind of being like an overnight celebrity, honestly, in a way, right?
It really is like a weird, there's no transition. It's like I literally went from roller skating burgers out at Sonic.
You wore roller skates?
Oh, yeah, girl. Like the real deal. If you roller skated, you made more tips. I was like, cha-ching, anything, even though I would fall and bust my ass most of the time. But yeah, I would, I roller skated burgers out. I actually had 3 jobs. I worked at Sonic. I worked part-time at a jewelry store. I taught part-time at gymnastics.
Can you tumble?
Yeah.
I can tumble.
You can.
Should we do back handsprings together?
Yeah, totally.
I try to do one a year just to remember how.
Were you a cheerleader?
Yeah, Daryl. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
girl.
Yeah, girl.
Totally.
Were you captain?
I was not captain.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't that good.
No, I wasn't either.
But I was the flyer. I was the girl that they'd throw up in the air, and sometimes they catch, and sometimes they forget.
Did you get dropped?
A lot.
That's bad for you.
Yeah.
That could break your tailbone.
I know.
Which should lead to
a couple knees in the back.
Kelly, I was the base.
Were you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have let me hit the ground then. No.
I'm always the man of the relationships when it comes to my friends. Like with Jen on Amazing Race, I was always lifting all the heavy stuff.
You were. I remember. You had to jump out of the plane. She's like,
yeah,
girl, after you.
Yeah, just like, no.
After you, and then she's like, not going to jump.
No.
She didn't even get up in the plane, did she?
Okay, so you had 3 jobs. So you were working at Sonic, and then you started traveling the whole country. People started knowing you're this huge celebrity. Were you like, what in the world? Was it cool? Or was it scary at all?
I've just always been kind of weirded out by that word, celebrity. I don't know. That's just kind of, I'm just me, and, I'm pretty good at, getting very intuitive for the most part with people. My sister's better at it than I am.
She is.
She's very intuitive with reading people, I guess, their motive. I'm more of a benefit of the doubt.
Okay. What do you think about the celebrity, that whole idea of celebrity? What does that look like to you?
I just for me, you know, I speak for myself. I think it's so important the company you keep. I'm so blessed to be in a place where I have great friends. You know, you're one of them, and
Ditto, girl.
And just to be in a great marriage where my husband is like my adventure partner. He's my life partner. He's my best friend. He's my soulmate. He's my, you know, sanctuary.
I love that.
And we're, you know, he has surrounded himself by good men.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been blessed to surround myself by some good women. You know, and that takes some time.
It does.
You know, it does. And sometimes people are not who they present themselves to be. So there's a little weeding that you have to do amongst people in the company you keep. It's like having a garden.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one weed to take over a whole garden.
That's true.
So we've been blessed to have a lifestyle that we didn't come from, that we built and we worked for. And to surround ourselves by good people and good company, and to make sure that our feet are on solid ground. You know,
yeah.
It's so easy to get caught up in this business. You're pulled in 100 different directions by 100 different people all the time. And if you're not careful, you'll lose yourself. You'll lose your soul. You'll lose everything good you've ever had.
So what is good for you? When you think of like what is good, what is that?
Good for me is, you know, I can't even settle for good. I want great. I love Kyle. I mean, that we've talked about this before. We're both blessed to have men in our lives that
having a great marriage is such a blessing.
Well, it's a difference in there's a difference between being in love with someone and liking them too. You know, it's great when you have both.
Yes.
So
yes.
When you love someone and you like them the same and you enjoy each other's company, that's always a good thing. So that's my happy place.
I love that.
It's like no matter, take all of this away, strip us away of everything. As long as we have each other, we're good. We're golden.
Let me cover a few of your highlights with your career. You've had 4 albums out. Red High Heels was your first single. I will never forget that song.
Weird. It's been 10 years since that song came out.
I love that song. I will never forget that song. You were the cutest thing when you came out in that video
19.
in a convertible and your
That
hair
was not
blowing.
mine. They didn't trust me to drive it. It was actually sitting on the flatbed of like this trailer, and there was a truck in front of us pulling it, so I really wasn't driving it. They're like, we don't trust
Staging it. And then you had I Wonder, and that song was a big song for you because you won an award, like a bunch of awards with that one. Didn't you win, like, what was it, CMT, Breakthrough Video of the Year, and Tearjerker? And that's a special song to you. Why is that special?
Well, I think country music, just music in general, it's all about telling a story. So for me, being able to put my life in the form of a song, that is country music to me. I think we all have our own definition of what country music is.
Yeah.
And we're all entitled to that. And there's room for it all.
There is.
You know? But for me, I thought, man, you know, growing up listening to Dolly and Tammy and Loretta, I mean, Kitty Wells, put your life in the form of a song and sing about it. And that was country music.
People know when it's authentic. People know when it's authentic.
Yeah.
Was that a hard song to write for you? I remember when you sang it at the CMAs, right?
Yeah.
And you cried.
That was my first time at this, you know, performing at the CMA Awards.
Were you overwhelmed with emotion?
Oh my God, I was, yeah.
Tell me your feelings of that night.
I think with such a personal song like that.
It's about your mom, right?
Yes. And the people, you know, Idol was just the year before. So everyone was introduced to my story for the most part. They knew a little bit. Enough to know what the song was about. And just being, I don't know, writing that song with such good friends that knew and understood what I was going through. And then having the opportunity to perform that song at the CMA Awards. And I remember looking down on the front row, Kenny Chesney and George Strait and his wife are sitting there, and Martina, and I'm going, oh my God. Like, I remember watching this show as a kid, you know, just curled up on the floor by the television, just looking at the TV. And
now you're here.
Here on that stage. And now I get to share the stage with with these people.
Could you believe your life?
It was, I think that was a moment where it just kind of hit me, and I was like, shit, this is really happening. Like, this is real. And to sing that song in front of that crowd on that stage was a big moment for me. Yeah.
What are your top 5?
Definitely a powerful moment. More of a, I don't know, it was a heart moment for me.
Yeah. Was it a healing moment?
It was almost like a conqueror moment. It was like, no matter what you go through in life, you know, there's always going to be millions of other people out in the world that have it a lot worse than you will ever even dream of or think of. But it was a moment of,
and you turned
like
pain into a beautiful, you turned your pain into a beautiful song.
I think just that song is all about really that green little girl and that yearning for her mother to be a part of pivotal moments that are in young women's lives. You know, it's hard, that transition from a young girl into a woman. It's
very tricky.
Is a really hard age, and even for guys, you know, that's a hard age for young boys to go through that transition of being a young man, you know, a little boy into a young man. And it, you know, it's hard for anyone, and everyone wants, you know, their parents to be present in their life in a positive way, in a healthy way. And, you know, unfortunately, I didn't have that with my biological parents, but I did have that in my grandmother. My grandmother, you know, people do feel sometimes bad. Oh, you know, your mom. And it's like, no. I don't want you to be confused. I did have a mother, and she was an amazing woman, and that was my grandmother, Faye. So I've always looked at my life as though, you know, I did have a mom. I didn't grow up motherless. My grandmother was the woman that I called mom.
She nurtured you.
She just happened to pass away when I was younger. So, yeah. And lots of people's parents died. Most people's parents pass. So for me, it was never like, poor, pitiful me, I didn't have a mom. That song was written for me to find closure in that part of my life. But I did have a mother, but her name was Faye.
I love that.
But yeah,
so that was a special moment.
Song, you know? And what's really interesting is, you know, I've been at the gas station before pumping gas, and I've had a grown man come up to me and say, Pickler? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, hey, I don't want to bother you, but that song you wrote, I Wonder, it really touched me. He was adopted.
Oh, yeah.
And so he never met his biological parents. So he identified with that song in a different way, which also is the power of a song.
It is.
Know? We all hear music, and it touches us in different ways because we all have our own different, you know, life experience. But
it's magical.
So it is. It's wonderful.
So you've recorded 4 albums total. After that breakthrough video in 2008, then you went on to do a self-titled album. And you had Don't You Know You're Beautiful, which I love.
Oh, I love that song.
You're speaking to all the little girls. You have
women and men.
You have a mission to make people have self-love, don't you?
I think it's important. I think it's so important that, you know, we've talked about this before, where you should never put, when people say you complete me, I always feel like, God, that's a lot of pressure. I love that my husband was complete before I met him. And I'm complete without him, but he does make me greater. I enjoy him, and I love him. I always feel like I want people to feel good about themselves and feel complete and be whole.
And then find a partner.
You need to feel whole and stable, and that too makes a big difference with like security in a relationship, you know?
Yeah.
So you can't put that pressure on someone else to complete you.
So that's what that song is about.
Your own person, not that particular song, but just what you were saying.
But Don't You Know You're Beautiful is about loving yourself.
It is about loving yourself and knowing your self-worth.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily, it is loving yourself and knowing your self-worth.
Yeah.
So knowing that you don't have to submit to society or any other, you know, you don't have to submit to other people's ways of, living and fall into certain peer pressures and whatnot. Like, know your self-worth. So
I love that, Kelly. I love that you're putting messages out there like that.
Because it's hard being a kid growing up, especially today.
Yeah.
That song really shines a light on youth and grown women, especially when it gets to the bridge of the song. So
what does the bridge of the song say?
The bridge of the song, when it talks about, because it really talks about the younger girls in the verses, and then the chorus, don't you know you're beautiful, and then it goes into, so he left you for a girl that could be your twin if you were 28 again.
Oh.
Let him go, let him fly.
It brings me tears to my eyes.
It's like,
he's not your dude.
Nope. Let him go.
Love yourself. The right dude will love you.
To say, nope, we're done here, and I'm going to go fly, and I'm going to go live. Because there's a big difference between being alive and living.
100%.
And you have to decide that. You have to make that choice.
Yeah, and if someone says they don't like you or they don't want you the way you are, you got to move on.
Move on. Now there is such thing as constructive criticism.
Right.
So.
We're not. Are you trying to say we're not all flawless here?
We're not all flawless.
Kelly, you're pretty flawless.
We can take. No, I'm definitely not.
I'm looking at you. You look good.
Oh,
pretty as a picture. You may be a beauty school dropout, but no one would know it.
Oh well. God bless you.
Okay, I'm just having so much fun talking to you, but I'm going to try to get towards the end of this so I don't talk to you for 37 hours.
Oh, you're fine, babe.
You have a clothing line. Not a clothing line. It's not a clothing line.
Interior line.
Interior line. Selma Dry.
Yes.
And that's named after your grandmother?
Yes, my great-grandma. So Faye that raised me, this is her mom. So this is my great-grandma.
How'd you decide to name it after her?
Dry. Well, she was a big part of my raising as well.
So you knew her too?
Oh, yeah. She lived right in front of us. And she was a spitfire pistol of a woman. I don't know where I got it from.
I mean, crazy.
Yeah. So she was a simple woman. She came from a different generation. So she didn't have a lot, but she made the best with what she had. And she was a godly woman and just a little spitfire.
So you named it after her because she's your matriarch of
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about that line. What is it? What you got going on in that line?
Well, it's a home goods line. We have picture frames, pillows, anything you would decorate your home with, kitchen table, chairs.
It's got a little country accent to it.
There's more of like a French country flair, I guess you could say.
I love that.
A lot of multi-purpose use items.
Love that.
Candles.
What's your favorite scent?
Oh gosh, each collection has a different scent. So the last launch that we put out was this. Sorry, we're getting ready to launch it.
Yeah.
Like in a week, I'm like, this airs in the fall, so it will have just come out. So we will be working on the fall winter line.
Ooh, I love winter smells.
So we launched the spring and summer collection, earlier this year, which is amazing. It's doing great, and we're getting ready to launch the fall and winter line now. That. So,
and you were in a VeggieTales movie as Sweet Potato.
Oh my gosh, girl, yeah.
Talk in your voice.
I just had to talk like me.
So what? It's her name Maribel?
Maribel.
What did Maribel get into as a VeggieTale?
I have this meeting with DreamWorks and VeggieTales. They were wanting to know if I wanted to be a vegetable. And if I were a vegetable, what would I be? And I said, well, probably a fried okra. But turns out, I think it was Cy or Phil from, I think it was Cy from Duck Dynasty was an okra.
Oh my gosh.
Was a fried okra in the
gosh.
VeggieTales movie before that they just shot. So I went, well, all right. What about a sweet potato?
I love that.
So I ended up being a sweet potato.
Was that a blast?
Oh my God, it was so fun. You'd be killer at animation.
I'd love it.
You'd have a blast.
Heck yeah.
It's good.
I love all the things you've done in your career. You've done American Idol. You've released albums. You've had hit songs. You've gone on USO tours. You've been on Dancing with the Stars. What can't you do?
A lot of things.
Doubt it.
We'll find out. Yeah.
And so that leads me to now you are doing your own reality show, I Love Kellie Pickler. It was a massive hit the first season on CMT. Like the highest.
Which you were a part of.
I know.
Kevin.
I was so honored you asked me to be a part of it.
I'm so happy that you're a part of this season too.
Oh, I love it, girl. It's so fun. But it was the highest debuting show on CMT in years. And it has, like 2.5 million viewers or more each episode?
I think so.
Everyone loves Kellie Pickler.
I got a list of people that don't, I'm sure. But no, I have been very blessed. And, you know, the fact that we get to be with our buddies and just kind of document these fun little memories and moments that we make together is it's pretty cool.
It's so cool. Was it nerve-wracking starting this reality show about your life?
It was a little scary,
because you're exposing your whole life.
Well, you build boundaries.
Okay.
Or set boundaries.
Okay, so you have some boundaries.
Important.
Like you're not going to be naked in the house?
Yeah, no.
Not yet.
This is not.
Not after delinquent debutantes.
Yeah. Maybe after our delinquent debutantes, then we'll do like delinquent picklers.
Yeah. Clothes come off in the spinoff. No.
That'll be you.
No.
Girl, you can do it and our ratings will be like,
no, what do we say? Our grandmothers have to approve?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
So we better not do
Grandma
that.
Faye and Grandma Selma will come back and get both of us.
Yeah. So you build some boundaries.
I don't know. Can you do that in debutante school?
Yeah.
Get naked?
Well, they do. In this school, they have naked reading classes, but we're not going to do that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
At your school that you went to in Texas?
Oh, no. This delinquent debutantes that we're going to.
So you get naked and read?
Story time. But we're not going to do that part.
Okay. What are we going to do?
We're going to learn how to dance. Like debutantes.
See, I know you're on this whole, you did Dancing with the Stars so you can dance. But I don't know if I can do this kind of freak dance that you're going to show me.
Kyle and Maximus are going to love it.
Sophia will have to teach you some moves.
Sophia will like it too. Yeah. Okay, so are you super excited about it? Are you loving doing the show?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I said, we get to be with our buddies. We have a good time. Never a dull moment.
Never.
Which you're there for most of it.
It's been a blast. I love it.
I can't wait. Season 3, maybe?
Heck yeah.
What are we going to do?
Ooh. Who knows?
Travel show?
Yes.
That's what we need to do.
Travel show.
Yes.
I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this interview. Thank you so much for joining me, Kellie Pickler.
Thank you, baby.
I like to end, though, with leave your light. So leave me some inspiration, either something that's been a big inspiration to you or how you want to inspire people.
Repeat the question.
Leave your light. Like, what's something that's deeply inspired you, or how do you want to inspire people?
How do I want to inspire people?
Or just some inspiration.
I guess the best advice maybe I could give, I don't know, inspirational advice is, my grandmother, Faye, would say this to me anytime I would ever leave the house. Anytime I was walking out the door, or I'd be on the phone and we'd hang up. And it was actually the last thing she said to me before she passed. She said, be sweet, be careful, and I love you. And I always thought that was so sweet.
I love that.
Just be sweet, be kind, and be careful. You can take risk, not stupid risk. Be calculated about it. Calculated risk.
I love that.
And I love you. So love people.
Be sweet.
Be sweet, be careful, and I love you. And I always thought that's really great advice.
It's pretty good.
From the heart.
Pretty good guidelines.
So be sweet.
I love that, Kellie.
So
thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Thank you, love.
Okay, see you at Delinquent Debutantes.
All right.
Okay, bye.
You started out on the other side of the microphone, being interviewed, which is hard.
Yeah.
But how do you compare that to being on the other side of the mic, where you have to control and lead the interview and ask the questions and know people's comfort zones? Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you learn as you go, right?
I definitely feel like being an artist helped me learn how to interview, because I learned all the questions.
What not to ask.
Yes, I learned all the questions I hated.
Yeah.
And all the things that annoyed me. And I didn't like it when people didn't research and they were guessing and stuff. When I just thought that was kind of annoying. Even though we never made it, so I didn't expect anyone to really know us all the way. But it's just like, I love getting to know people's stories, and I really love getting to know why they are motivated to do these really hard careers. And a lot of it has to do with the way they're raised, like struggles and pains they've gone through, overcoming them. And I think that is so inspiring, because so many people just think they have all this pain and this struggle, and that they think they're the only ones, and they think people who have made it or whatever just had a easy ride, but really everybody
experiences heartache and struggle,
and you have to commit to yourself. And so I was just like, I really want to know why people have committed to themselves.
Yeah,
because a lot of people won't do that. And that's where I got this idea for this podcast. And I mean, I don't really like to push. I like to throw questions out there that can lead to things, but I always want the person I'm interviewing
kind of test the waters a little and see like if that's going to be a comfortable topic for the person you're.
And if they open up about it, I'll go with them. But if they don't, then
they'll let you know. It's like green light or.
Yeah, and I would never want to push someone when they don't want to talk about something. Like you said, boundaries. We all have boundaries.
And you set those with everyone.
You set them.
Gotta do it.
So
now that we've solved all the world's problems,
we got it figured out.
I got it figured out.
Well, it starts with Faye, and you have a bunch of tattoos. Faye is on your foot. For your
Faye
grandmother.
Was my first tattoo, which she probably did a cartwheel in her grave when I got it.
Because she said
I had to
no
wait
tattoos.
until no tattoos. Tattoos are the devil. It's trash.
So if you put her name on it,
yeah. So I put her name. It's kind of like, let it slide.
It's for you, Grandma.
It's for you. Please don't haunt me.
What other tattoos do you have?
Let's see. I have so I have Faye. I have forgive.
Oh, I love that.
Pray on my wrist.
I love pray.
I have actually, Rachel from Gloriana.
I love Rachel from Gloriana.
Well, she's not.
Well, she left Gloriana.
Yeah.
I interviewed her.
Yeah. Okay, so
Formerly of
we'll
Gloriana.
re-edit that part. Sorry.
It's okay.
So Faye, forgive, pray, and then Rachel Reiner.
I love her.
Yeah, and she a doll baby.
Yes.
We actually, when she was in Gloriana,
you went on tour with her.
We were all on tour together.
With Taylor Swift.
We were opening up for Taylor.
Girl, you crazy.
And
did y'all get into crazy shenanigans?
Oh my gosh. Well, Rachel turned 21 on that tour.
Oh my gosh.
And we were in Austin. Oh. So from what I can remember, we had a great time.
21's a big birthday.
We went all out. It was great. And Mike and Tom, all of us, it was awesome. And Rachel and I got matching heart tattoos.
On her 21st?
Yeah. And so in Austin, Texas. And that wasn't all we got.
What else did you get?
I got a piercing.
What? Where? You get your nipple pierced?
I wasn't that drunk.
What'd you pierce?
No, my nose.
You pierced your nose?
Yeah, well, I didn't do it. I think it was a professional. He said it was professional. But yeah, we had a wild night in Austin, and we got matching heart tattoos, and I woke up with a nose ring, a diamond in my nose, actually, for like 2 days.
You didn't like it?
It just didn't look right.
I hear you.
It was irritating, and I felt like off balance.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was weird.
Some people, I hear you. You work sometimes.
It just was in the way. I don't know. It just, I don't know. But,
and then you have star tattoos.
And then I have the stars. I'm behind, but I used to get a Star Forever USO tour.
You're 6 behind then, because you went on 9.
Yeah. So I'm a little behind, so I need to go.
Are you going to finish them out?
Eventually. I need to. We need to find the time.
You got to finish them out.
Kyle's been thinking about getting another one, too.
Which one does he want? Because he has y'all's wedding coordinates.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, the longitude and latitude of where we got married. Because, we eloped.
Sweet.
So
I eloped, too.
Yeah. We have that in common, too, don't we?
It, girl.
Yeah. So he has the location of where we got married tattooed. And we've been talking about getting our wedding anniversary date tattooed. Like matching tattoos.
Oh, my God.
But we just haven't done it yet. And I need to get my stars. So
where would you put the wedding tattoo?
I think maybe on my wrist.
Where would he put it?
He was talking about on his wrist as well. So I
don't
don't know.
Match? Oh my gosh, you have to finish them out. Where would you put the other stars?
I don't know. I thought about doing smaller stars here, or maybe
because you have to add 6
either
more.
Wrapping it around. I love tattoos. Like if I could have my whole body tattooed, like a sleeve of my whole body.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens?
But if I could if I had if it were like a dry erase board where I could like tattoo myself and dry erase it off.
Have it last for like 5 years.
I love the way it feels when you get a tattoo.
I do not.
I love it. Like people think that's probably one of the craziest things about me.
You love the way like the needle feels when you're getting a tattoo.
I do.
Or your blood being drawn.
I love giving blood. That
bananas.
is like the best Friday night.
It's
like, yay!
Shit, you know
I am, I know.
Oh my god.
It's bad. That's one of the weird things. Like, all jokes aside, like I've never done drugs. Like, I've never.
Yeah, you're not doing needle drugs.
That kind. But man, I gotta tell you, like, I love shots. I love giving blood. I love tattoo. I love that way that feels, especially like in your feet when it has that bone.
Oh my god, you're crazy.
I know, it's sick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happens when you go on 37 USO tours? Where are you gonna put all the stars?
Yeah, I'm gonna be like the flag, baby.
You're gonna look
Give
like
me a
flag.
pole. It's a whole different.
You won't even have to wear clothes. You're gonna be covered in tattoos.
Yeah, no, I know it's bad. My grandmother would have a fit right now.
Okay, well you gotta get those done.
Yeah,
you and Kyle both do.
Yeah, maybe you can come with us. I don't know a good place in Nashville.
I can be your chaperone.
Where'd you get your tattoo?
I got this done at
in Nashville.
Icon is what it's called in Nashville, and it was really good.
Yeah,
the tattoo person was great.
Yeah,
Michael swears they're the best in town.
Okay, well maybe y'all can take us.
Yeah, he's kind of been wanting a tattoo.
Does he have any?
He has one.
He has one. That's right. He has one,
yeah.
And he's gonna get another one.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He's like, he's gonna be pissed if you're volunteering him to get tattoos.
I know.
Mark up his body.
Maybe we can all get tattoos.
Yeah.
I don't know
can
if I
get
want
your
any more.
name.
One is enough for me, I think, right now.
I love that. I think it's beautiful.
Thanks. It's in his handwriting, and I'm grateful.
Yeah, I see that.
Well, Kelly, thank you so much for doing my podcast.
Thank you, baby.
You're the best
You're
ever.
Wonderful. Thank you, love. You're awesome.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
No, you are.
You are, little debutante.
You're little beauty school dropout beauty queen. Okay, bye.
We'll have to wear our tiaras.
Yeah, duh.